And what about the political attitude of the people? I mean, one of the fundamental points of the war was Israel's attempt to turn the people against Hamas. Is there any indication of that working or failing, or any indication about that?
Well, the opinions here are differ a lot. The people who are in the, I would say, the more exposed to the Westerners, people who have more liberal mentality, are surely turning in a way against Hamas. But people who are more like down to earth, the poorer communities, the people that believe really in resistance, the people that really see no future without having a country of their own, have not turned against Hamas. Depending on who you talk to, whether Hamas would retain its majority if elections were held today, opinions differ about that. But for sure, a couple of things that people agree upon across the board is that Hamas has provided internal security and stability that wasn't there before, like on the individual levels, on the street safety level, on moving around, on traffic organization. On that level, they have done quite a good job. And the other thing that most people agree upon is on the level of having a steadfast position against corruption and for resistance of the occupation that is opposite to a peace process that led nowhere.
And what about your impressions of the resources available to the people? I mean, with the allowing of some aid in, is there sufficient or enough medical supplies, food? Do you have any information about that situation?
Oh, there surely is not enough, and all aid-providing entities, or even Israel and Egypt, who pass some. I mean, Egypt doesn't really pass any amount of effective supplies, except through the smuggling in the tunnels, actually. But everybody knows that the aid that's coming to Gaza, supplies in general, whether it's aid or it's commerce or whatever, is far less than the needs of the people. Everything is in shortage here. There is black market gasoline sold in bottles on the street sides in many areas. Prices of things like gasoline are skyrocketing. Glass, building materials in general, glass, cement, steel, all that for building is not available. You see a lot of houses that the windows were smashed have just plastic sheets like taped to the opening that used to be a window or to the window frame, because there is no such supplies at all. So the situation is in dire need, but what the Gazans of all colors, all stripes repeat is that this is not the issue. The issue is far deeper than this.
And what are your plans for tomorrow?
Well, I would really like to see more of the damage that's happening. I would like to see different areas. I was mostly confined to Gaza City today, but before we leave today, I would like to tell you about what I did just before we were talking. Now it's getting late at night here. It's past 10 o'clock at night. I just came back from welcoming the Viva Palestina convoy that arrived only today, a few hours ago, to Gaza City, headed by George Gallo, Galloway from Britain and Yvonne Ridley, and the people here are so happy, and the people on the convoy itself, about 300 people, mostly British, are extremely happy to be here. It was really a high moment of seeing grown-up men with big beards and solid faces crying like children of happiness that they arrived in Gaza. And that convoy faced a lot of difficulty coming through Egypt. In particular, of course, it faced a lot of difficulty in its long trek from Britain to Egypt. But in Egypt, in the last couple of days, they faced a lot of difficulty, went through a lot of negotiations, and I am ashamed to say, being an Egyptian, they were beaten by thugs protected by the Egyptian police on their last night in Egypt, in Al Arish. But their arrival here, they forgot all that. They forgot the wounds. I sat with a man who was wounded in a few parts of his body. He's still extremely happy that he did this and extremely happy that he's here. And from his mouth, he said, we are not the heroes. The heroes are the people that are here and are facing all that day in and day out.
Well, I guess that's kind of a good note that we can end on. I'm glad that there's some joy coming to the people in Gaza. I'm very proud of what you're doing. It's great that you're there, that someone's representing us. You know, give the best to the people there and George Galloway and his team, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.